Hey, today I'm going to show you how to make a compressed sequence out of an automated flow in Manychat. So the first sequence that we're going to try this on is from kitchen. And these are the messages within our kitchen sequence, except for this first one. This is our original message for our kitchen remodel checklist sequence, but all the other messages are going to be the same. So what we want this to look like is our store info flow. And this is what this sequence looks like. We start off with one message, and all of these messages are to follow depending on what they click on. So we've got our original message, and then we've got their first option. If they want to know what is surplus, then we can have them find a location. And now we have all of these other options here. So I'm thinking that these options can be budgeting, style, cabinets, countertops, installation. So all of our messages are actually a gallery image with a button to open those messages. And so the way that you're going to attach those messages is, you just add a button. We'll go ahead and edit this. You'd add a button, and instead of send a message, you're going to click on attach a flow, and then you're going to go to your compressed kitchen sequence folder, and you're going to grab the message that works with that. And since it's now a sequence that's happening all at once instead of that's happening over a number of days, you might need to change the verbiage a little bit, just because you don't need to say that, hey, whatever, because it's just at one time. So let's go and take a look at the flows real quick. We're going to go ahead and duplicate the whole kitchen folder. No, we can't do that. Okay, so we're going to duplicate budgeting part 1, duplicate cabinets, duplicate schedule an appointment, duplicate install, duplicate design services. We don't need the budgeting intro, kitchen guide, countertops, finding your style, don't know, I have 2 design services. Some of these are from the kitchen and bath sequence, so we'll just make sure that we have everything we need by looking at the original kitchen sequence. But that should be everything. That should be everything. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new folder called compressed kitchen sequence. I create that. Now I'm going to grab all these messages. Thought I could maybe grab more at once. Okay, so now this is the folder that we're going to be working from. So let's go ahead and start our automation just to get you started. New sequence, compressed kitchen sequence, create. Okay, so we're only going to have one real message. Okay, and so we're going to create this one from scratch. Hey, first name. I'm so excited to help you with your kitchen remodel. There is a lot of great info in here, so make sure to click as many options as possible to learn all that you can about kitchen remodeling materials, design, and installation. Get started by clicking one of the options on the gallery menu below. We'll add our emojis. And then on this first button, as always, we want to make sure they have the option to have us contact you. And I'll do a little phone emoji. So then we're going to go to a flow. We don't need to recreate that. So we'll click on that, choose a flow. All of our flows are going to be in the contact me's for have someone contact me. So we've got have someone contact me kitchen. Select this flow. That's good to go. So then we're going to rename it to make sure that we keep everything in line. Okay, and this is original message. Okay, we could also do a speak with an admin or find directions or do something like that if we wanted to. But now we're going to add a gallery. So this first one is going to be budgeting for a kitchen remodel. Okay, so click here to learn budgeting. Too long. So we're just going to say click here. Use our little emojis because they work. Okay, so we're going to let them click here. And we're going to say, learn how to budget to increase return on investment and make sure you don't overspend. So we'll do a description. Try and limit the characters if I can. Return on investment without overspending. Okay, so we'll do an image regarding budgeting for a kitchen remodel, the title of what the message is, learn how to budget to increase return on investment without overspending, and then we've got the button to click here. So when they click here, oh, and we also need to tag everything with kitchen. Have us contact you. That also needs to be contacted. So you'll need to do that on all the contact buttons. And then we'll also notify admins. Okay, so on this button right here, we're going to send a message. And I'm going to go ahead and call this budgeting. So now I'm going to be able to, well, I should be able to, actually, I don't need to send that message. I need to go to a flow. The flow that I'm going to choose is in compressed kitchen, and it's going to be budgeting part 1. Okay, so now I'm going to rename it. So what's going to happen is this message is going to need to be edited because there's a budgeting part 1 and a budgeting part 2. So we're going to open this flow because we're able to edit this one. And obviously I need to take out this part because it's not relevant to, can't wait to serve you up with my best kitchen strategies over the next week. Not relevant. We're going to delete it. So budgeting is one of the most important aspects of a remodel. Before we get started on the numbers, let me ask you a question. Are you staying in your home more or less than 5 years? So these are automatically, these messages are going to be attached here. So what needs to happen is you need to take the information from budgeting part 2 And you need to just add it as a button for each one of these because it's going to give a budget breakdown in part 2. And you're just going to add those, like, see the numbers, see the dollars, see the percentages, and then maybe schedule a free design appointment. So that's the only message you should really have to do that with because the other messages are all in one part. But you will need to change these buttons and attach that budgeting part 2 info. And you may just have to copy and paste it because, or you could just attach flow. Let's see how that works. Budgeting part 2. Let's see if it feels like it flows. I don't know that it will. So we're going to open this flow. I don't know that this message even needs to be there. We could just do the percentage breakdown as the message. You know what I'm saying? I want to limit any messages that are fluff. Every message needs to have real value. And so the value in this message is obviously in the percentage breakdown and the dollar breakdown. And so these are people that are staying less than 5 years. So you're also going to need to do one on the people that are staying more than 5 years on that other message. This should probably be the most complicated message, but ultimately all the information is there for you. You just need to tweak it a little bit. So now we're going to go back to our automation, sequences, compressed kitchen sequence. And so that's what's going to happen for budgeting. Okay, for the next one, we'll call it kitchen design styles. Okay, we're going to add our description and our image, and then I can actually just copy this. You're also going to make sure to tag everything with kitchen. We're going to go to a flow, select our flow, compress kitchen sequences, and finding your style. So let's make sure it looks good. So we're going to have the gallery, the pre-designed kitchen templates, and free design appointment. So, maybe we just add some emojis to let them know that they need to click below. But other than that, that message is good. So that's basically how this is going to work. Everything is just going to be put into a gallery menu, and you're going to attach the flows, edit the messages to make sure that they work well, tag everything. Within these messages, it's already going to have the options of have us contact you or free design appointment. So you shouldn't have to do much within there. So this is really what it's about. This is the main message. And then they navigate based on the information that they want. So that's what we'll be doing for all of the different categories that we have. But it's pretty easy if you just, do it this way. So we're going to go ahead and publish it, and you can get started from there.
Cool.